blank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My family's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
There we are. Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one Chief Rock Knicks Universal main man, Uncle Freezie, and welcome to the premiere Knicks in the Nighttime joint, Knicks in the Night podcast. Salute to everyone watching us on X. Salute to everyone watching us on YouTube. Salute to everyone watching us live. Salute to everybody watching us on replay. Man, buckle in. It's about to be a good time. Man, we're going to do about 60 to 75 minutes of non-stop Knicks action. And I am genuinely excited that you are here to rock the spot. Right? Greg Hamilton is in the building. Salute. Salute to my guy, G. Hamilton. I see you, boss. What's good with you? Salute. So I have a topic here. I'm going to read a little bit of it because I have thoughts throughout the day. So I have to write these things down, and so I won't forget them. Don't judge. Don't judge. I'm human. So what I'm going to do is this. Let me do this. I'm going to turn this here, and then I'm going to turn here and read a few of the notes that I wrote down, right? So y'all bear with me. I'm going to just do this because I'm going to be turned away from the camera, and I'm going to come right back, right? So here's the thing that I noticed. And so this is about last night's game, but also about going forward, right? This is my first thought. This is what after I saw the game last night. So Jaylen Brunson didn't let a cold shooting night dictate his decision making. Instead of forcing contested jumpers or trying to shoot himself out of it, Brunson adjusted his approach. That kind of discipline is a sign of a player who understands flow of the game, team concept, and rhythm, rather than chasing points. And he's been guilty of that. Instead of chasing points to shoot the Knicks back into a game, he focused on running the offense efficiently. He leaned heavily into playmaking and control of tempo. Brunson slowed the game down when the Knicks needed composure and sped it up when opportunities presented themselves against a great defense. His court vision allowed him to locate shooters and cutters at the right moments. Keeping the offense balanced when he wasn't scoring. So he kept the offense organized and teammates involved. And one of the most important parts of Brunson's game is how he keeps everyone connected, or kept everyone connected offensively. When the Knicks hit scoring droughts, and they were off last night a lot. Brunson was the one settling the group down, calling the sets, directing the traffic, and making sure possessions didn't look crazy. The thing that Uncle Freezie, and I know y'all like, man, he's speaking in third person, but I just need it for emphasis, right? The thing that impressed me the most was he competed defensively despite not having a great shooting night and playmaking. So Brunson is not known as an elite defender. And I almost laughed when I said that, because he's not really known as any type of defender. But effort matters. And he showed it. He stayed engaged defensively. He fought through screens. He contested shots. And when the team leader commits to playing hard on both ends, y'all know what that does to everyone else. So his leadership showed in moments last night, whether it was communicating to Mo Diawara when Mo Diawara missed rotations, or whether it was clapping up the bench when he wasn't in the game. All that stuff mattered, right? And so my question for you, the chat, is Jaylen Brunson evolving into a well-rounded, all-around playmaker? Hey, Ralph, what's good, man? What's good with you? Ralph is in the building. Hey, one of these days when I put this link out here, you're going to click on it. Ralph, one of these days, I'm gonna put the link out there and you're going to click on it, man. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, I remember what this thing does. So, chat, I guess the question that I'm asking is Jaylen Brunson evolving into a playmaker? Is he evolving into a playmaker? He didn't have, his shot wasn't going last night. And in a game, in my opinion, where's my microphone? Oh, here's my microphone. Test. One of the things that I think if the Knicks play the OKC Thunder in a series, I think this may be the Jaylen Brunson that we see. Maybe not a shoot first point guard, but maybe a playmaker. Maybe a playmaker. I was supremely impressed with Jaylen Brunson's offense, defense, and playmaking last night. I was really impressed by that. I think Jaylen Brunson gets it. I think Brunson gets it. Clearly. Try Burrows in the building. Salute. Hey, and Raphael said, hey, man, bet. So that means Monday and Tuesday. Okay, bet. We'll do it we could do like a joint show. Nick Yak is in the building. Salute. One thing that impressed me is the Jaylen Brunson thing. I think Jaylen Brunson, everybody, And listen, I know I try not to go there as because I know what it's like liking a team, and it seems like every time you turn around, something's negative, right? But I, P 26 in the building. Salute. I say you. I know what it's like even when you're winning, even if you won, even if you're 15-5 in the last 20 games, I know what it's like when like the negative Nellies are kind of out a little bit. Like you got to be better than 70. You got to be better than playing 75% basketball. I don't know about that, but I do know the Knicks are playing good basketball right now. Jaylen Brunson's defense is impressive for Jaylen Brunson. Jaylen Brunson's playmaking is impressive for Jaylen Brunson. Right? What do y'all think? Are y'all seeing the same thing? Y'all seeing the same thing out of JB, or am I a homer? Y'all seeing the same thing out of Jaylen Brunson, or is Uncle Freezie? I might be a homer. HRM is in the building. Salute my guy. Salute, salute. YZ is in the building. Salute. Nobody makes you laugh like YZ make you laugh, bro. Yeah. Nobody make you laugh like how YZ make you laugh. My guy. Shout out to the Triborough Gigolo. Triborough, we still gotta have that Osley Brothers conversation, bro. I ain't forgot. Yo, salute. Prezi is in the building. Salute. Triborough says, let's go. Hey, Triborough don't want that smoke, though. Triborough in the building saying Osley Brothers are the lamb. I see you. Hey, the Osley Brothers are the lamb for sure. Whatever lamb means. But on a thing, yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. One of the things that I noticed here recently from Brunson and Josh and Kat is I think what they're starting to recognize is that they're gonna need everyone in order for this team to achieve a goal. Like winning a couple of chips at Villanova is not like winning a chip in the NBA. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is in the building. Salute. Nick Yak says 24th defense to 9th defense is unbelievable, right? We do this and then go back here and do this. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Nick Yak, listen, I'm here to tell you, I think the Knicks have the best defense in the NBA since January 1st. The unfortunate part of that ranking being 9th is that you count all the games from late October through the holidays. But after the holidays were over, we know that the Knicks are absolutely on fire. I think we looked at the stat. Last time we rocked Sunday night? Was that whenever the last time we rocked? We looked at the stat, and the Knicks had the second best defense in 2026. That's impressive. Tori B is in the building. Salute. I'm going to get to my second thing here I want to talk about real quick. So we talked about Jaylen Brunson's leadership for about 5 minutes, right? I'm going to skip this one for the moment and come back to it. I'm going to skip this one for the moment and come back to it. And I'm going to skip this one for the moment and come back to it because I want to talk about this. My guys could have easily, and I mean easily, folded. Could have easily folded against OKC when it was clear that the refs were missing calls. But here's the thing. Unlike in previous seasons, our Knicks are tough to defeat at home. It's something about the Knicks playing at home that makes them a force to reckon with against anyone. The Knicks in Madison Square Garden are tough to beat. They're just tough to beat. In previous years, I couldn't always say that was the case. In previous years, the Knicks were a better team on the road than they were at home. Somehow, though, now they are a great team at home. They're resilient. They're tough. The referees probably blew about seven to eight calls, but definitely two to four egregious calls. Yo, my main man, Alawaz says, yo, producer of the channel, Alawaz says, yo, you can't blow 7 to 8 calls. That's absurd. Well, they only admitted to like 2. But you saw the moving screen, they called on Cat. They called the moving screen on Cat. Cat was like, what the How? How is that a moving screen when you're stationary? Like, it's not like he was stationary when the guy came. He was stationary the entire time. Guy bumps him, knocks him off kilter, and you call that man for a moving screen. What are we doing? Danny Landis is in the building. Salute. Danny probably at one of them 15 jobs. Me too, brother. Hey, Danny, I didn't get off until like 8:05. I worked from 7:45 to like 8:05. Prezi says the NBA is a new WWE. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's ridiculous because it's like they allow certain physicality and then don't allow other stuff. Danny says he's at his other job. Hey, man. Hey, how the baby, bro? The baby about to get recruited? Yeah. Hey, Nick, yes. How do you play now? But here's the thing. Here's the thing, everybody. Going into this game, you knew certain things. Coming into this game, you knew SGA was going to get the whistle. If you didn't know that, you hadn't been watching NBA basketball. Right? So coming into the game, you knew SGA was going to get the whistle. It's just what it is. He's just going to get the whistle, right? You knew he was going to get the whistle. SGA has been getting his whistle for about 4 years. So you knew he was going to get his whistle, right? Here's the other thing. Championship teams, they get the whistle. Championship teams get the benefit of the doubt. Until someone knocks off Oklahoma City as the champs, they're going to get the championship whistle. And so the doubly frustrating thing is that the MVP plays for the NBA champ. So you know what type of whistle he's going to get. In-game is in the building. Salute. Hey, Nick, yeah, I'm gonna challenge you. I'm gonna challenge you on this one, right? Vert is in the building. Salute, boss. Where you been, man? How you been, brother?
What's up, Freezie, man? I haven't talked to you in a while, man. What's good?
I'm good, man.
Not much, man. Just working, man. I just wanted to take the time to jump in, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Bro, your Knicks are red hot, bro. Your Knicks are red hot, bro. Vert muted himself. Sorry.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, just a little connection issue. But go ahead, man.
Yeah. Hey, man. So your Knicks are red hot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your Knicks are red hot, playing elite defense. The defense right now looks to be even better than any Tom Thibodeau defense that we've ever seen.
That's good. Yo, Freezie, full disclosure, I didn't watch the game, but it's a good thing that I missed it because I would have been at the hospital. My blood pressure would have went through the roof from what I heard. I mean, look, I'm going to say this. The Knicks lost, right? But they made a statement.
Right.
Yeah. I would love for them to beat the defending champions, but now might not be the time, but it can happen, later on in the future. You never know. And this game, from what I've seen, reminded me of um, that Week 17 matchup between the Patriots and the Giants. You remember that game?
I
It
remember
was
that.
nationally televised.
Yeah.
Like, it was close. The Patriots led throughout the game, yeah, but the Thunder led throughout the game, but it felt like the Knicks were keeping it close. I think the Knicks had figured this team out.
And that game you're referencing, the Giants couldn't get their offense figured out either, but they found something in that NASCAR package. That NASCAR package, they found that if you get Tom Brady off the spot, he's not accurate.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that's when they put in Kiwanuka, Justin Tuck, Strahan, and Canty. I think it was their NASCAR package or something like that.
Yep. They really got, in a way, it felt like SGA, kind of got knocked off his game. I think the defense really showed, some fold. And look, man, I just think they got to make more shots. I think there was a few 6 for 17, but hey, if a call goes, the other way, then we'll all be talking about a different result, right? That's just a matter of being at a game of inches. Right. So there you go.
I think I'll tell you what. I think there were a couple of things I think that we could have done that we could have controlled it. The couple of mistakes Mo Diawara made that had Mike Brown piping hot on the sideline. Mm-hmm. I think without one of those mistakes, we win that game.
Right.
But also, here's the thing to that. I say Mo Diawara made a defensive mistake, right? And then I also say this. Mo Diawara has to make these mistakes in order to learn from them. It's better for Mo Diawara to make that mistake in a regular season game that's important than, say, a playoff game that's important and we lose.
Absolutely.
It's better for him to make that mistake now in March than to make that mistake in game 3 of the first round against Philly and we lose and go down 2-1 to Philly. Mm-hmm. Right? Just as an example. So while I'm a little bit frustrated about the Mo Diawara thing, I'm also glad that it happened now as opposed to May.
When it counts.
Yeah. And so Nick Yank, that's the thing I was pushing back on. I think there were a few things that we did that if we did them right, then we hold them to not to 103, but maybe something in the 90s, like 95. Because the Jared McCain 3, that he hit, you're like, that's just a blown assignment. That had nothing to do with defense or scheme or effort. We just left him. And he made us pay. Right? And I think the second, who's the tall guy? Chet Holmgren. Second Chet Holmgren 3, where we're like, he hit the first one, and we're like, okay, all right. But the second one, when you don't even go out there, you barely make it out there, you're like, he ain't been scoring. The scouting report says, bro, you got to go out there and put a hand up.
Yeah. That disrupts his motion. I mean, once you take away that look, it's a different shot most of the time.
Make that 7-footer, put the ball on the floor. Jay the Chosen One is in the building. Salute.
Yo, Chosen One.
Salute.
Make that 7-footer, put the ball on the floor. Turn that backup center into a point guard and see what happens in their offense then. Right? Also, Nick, I think we agree. We agree with you, man. That play where he just knocked Brunson to the ground and then got that easy layup, that was a charge.
100%.
Of course.
That was a charge. But then at the
9
same time,
times out of 10, that's a charge.
Yeah, but at the same time, when he cooked Huck Porty in the paint, Huck Porty, what the fuck what are you doing? He showed him the ball. He was like, all he did was show the ball, and Huck Porty jumped and he just scooped the finger roll at the rim.
Mhm.
Why are you jumping when you're already taller than SGA? All you had to do is put your hands up. That's all you had to do there. Porty didn't have to jump out of the building. He just shouldered the ball. Porty jumped up in the Raptors with the retired numbers, and SGA laughed his way to the rim with a finger roll.
Yeah, he bet hard.
Yeah, that was probably the easiest shot he had all season. And we lost by one possession. So there's a lot of stuff that we could say kind of should have gone our way in that game, but there were a lot of places that we could have maybe done something differently. But
Hey, you know what? Sorry, go ahead.
At the same time, though, the Knicks defense is excellent, bro. This is probably the best. This is probably the best defense we've seen for this long of a stretch, easily in like 10 years, easily. Yeah, easily. This is the best defense. Jay, what's good, bro?
Chilling, absorbing, listening. Yeah, that our defenses, and I keep saying this, man. Keep us in top 5 offense. I would like to see top 7, but top 10 defense. And I really feel get some of those. You don't want to chalk up that play necessarily to the kid being a kid, because he's played basketball probably most of his life, right? So not to go for the okie doke. But hopefully he learned from that. You know what I'm saying? You learn from mistakes, you grow.
Right.
And I tried my best never to blame referees on a game. So I'm not going to blame them on this game, because there were a few extra things that we could have did for 4 points.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Which is all we needed to beat them. No matter what, though, I really, if you're noticing Cat getting run over, not getting a call, Brunson not getting a call, but they're little by little, they're less bitching about it, and then they're getting straight back on defense. Little by little, they know this is it.
Mm-hmm.
And once you adapt to something, you get better to it. So, Cat not gonna get the call, instead of screaming the whole time, instead of being
instead of meowing,
and then you the whole time, and you're going back there, and they're just laying up like, you know what I'm saying? Then what are they doing? We're acting crazy.
A team. Yeah.
So I really look. Whether I don't do moral victories, but I will say this: we just handled the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
We should have beat the Thunder, and we've already decimated Denver, and we're gonna play them again. Came back on Houston. Our defense is looking good, and I'm gonna say I usually give Mike Brown, and nothing nice to say about Mike Brown, but Mike Brown got out of his chair. He coached. He walked. He was starting to bark some. You could see some plays being called, And he finally took his hands out of his pockets and he said, enough is enough. And he flipped out. And it's not a little too late. You know why? Because a little too late would be like on the last game of the year. So it's a good amount of time. And let's hope that he just keeps that same energy.
Yeah. I appreciated Mike Brown for showing some spine, you know.
Yeah, this time around, I can't say nothing about it. He did, he lost me a
He
while
fought for his
back for a
players.
few reasons, but
Yeah.
and I'm gonna have to listen. It's not even about Mike Brown. He has a part to play in it, but the players know it. I really believe that the players, for a short period of time, took it upon themselves. If that player is only me,
Right.
so
Mm-hmm.
let's hope that he joins in and he does what he has to do as a coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I got a nickname for this defense, bro. I don't think it's been used before either.
Oh.
So here's a nickname for this Knicks defense. Big Blue Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
How y'all like that? That got a ring to it?
they do, but
Well,
wasn't that our defense on the Giants?
Who was our? I don't.
That was
Dynasty.
Tuck and Strahan and the Big Blue Wrecking Crew.
I have a friend in life. I joke because I have a friend in life named Harry Carson, right? I owe him a dinner, no lie. When I talked to Mr. Harry, I owe him dinner at this restaurant called the Phoenix. It's in South Carolina. Next time we get together, I gotta take him there. He could be, and I don't know if y'all ever met him, but he's a big person, right? Like this dude is a big human being. And it's smart, it's all outdoors, right? Right? Wanted to be an educator. And I'm joking. I just want to shout out, man. Just shout that out, man. Just say that. Because I say Big Blue Wrecking Crew because I really am like wanting Knicks fans to understand how great this defense has been playing
It applies.
since January 1st. Like the numbers, the season numbers will probably never tell the true story because this defense didn't start clicking until the late December, early January.
Yes.
Right? It didn't start clicking until then. So this defense may finish season ranked maybe 8th, 7th, 6th, something like that. Right?
Yeah.
But since the beginning of the year, I think either they're the best or second best defense in the NBA. And for a Knicks team to say that they have the best defense in the NBA, I don't think we've been able to even be near that conversation in like 15 to 20 years. Yep. And one thing that, and I'm just going to say another thing too, just real quick. One thing that people tell me all the time, I don't believe it, right? I always say balance wins championships. But people tell me over the years that defense wins championships.
No, I don't believe it either.
And so my thing is, if defense wins championships, and this team has one of the best defenses in the league, have the Knicks discovered their championship level defense? I'm gonna open it up for you guys to answer that. Y'all feel like the Knicks?
Where's a championship level offense?
What? All right, I'll let him go.
Like you can't yes, you could say like defense does win championship to a degree, but like at some point you're gonna have to score more. I mean, I'm just being like basic, but like it's really not that hard to figure out. I mean, at some point offense is gonna be the separating factor, and you're gonna need that at certain points.
Vert, you're killing me right now, bro. Respectfully, you my brother.
Mm-hmm.
You slaughtering me right now, bro. And the reason why I say that is this. when the Knicks had a great offense, remember how much we hated the defense,
Yeah.
right? And now that the defense is great, we're I think you want because right now the Knicks offense still is the third rated offense in the NBA. Even with a few bad games, they're still third.
Hmm.
So right now, I think right now they're third and ninth. I think they're ninth defensively because of how bad they started the season defensively.
If the
Yeah,
season ended today, I take that right now in a heartbeat, and that's a victory. Just
yeah,
that, but we're gonna get better. But just
yeah,
that alone, top three, your top 10 in both things, and one of them your top 5.
yeah, yeah,
And everybody but one person's healthy and he's about to come back.
yeah,
We
yeah,
haven't seen this in a very long time. I think that Knicks fans should be excited. They should be excited.
Hey man, you said that the Nuggets is the next game.
yes,
Yes.
Oh, I wanted to ask you a question. Does Nikola Jokic brings out the best in Karl-Anthony Towns?
yes,
Do you feel?
yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah. I was talking about this with my friends, on Facebook about it, and they kind of misinterpreted as, oh, Cat's better than Jokic, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like that man brings out the best in him,
yeah,
Well, you got to remember they played
genuinely.
against each other for many, 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 many years.
Yeah.
Just a couple of years ago, they were tied for first at the end of the year when he was on Minnesota.
yeah, yeah,
And yeah, I think a big reason why he brings out the best in him because he's a big man shooter. He's a finesse player, right? So it's not like Towns is a little faster. This guy's got a little more crafty. So them kind of match each other's thing. It brings out different things that Cat doesn't even know he could tap into sometimes. And he does a good job at it.
yeah, yeah. Indeed. But
Indeed.
just to a point, I don't know if that matchup though is what we need in order to win. I think if the Knicks go into Denver, Colorado, and just play the defense that they've been playing,
Yep.
I think they can hold. Because one of the things, I think one of the things that we don't notice. I've been saying it to content creators, but one of the things that we don't notice is that the Knicks are denying teams from getting into their offensive set and forcing tertiary playmakers to initiate offense.
Mm.
Right?
Mm.
So if the Knicks are taking away Jamal Murray and Jokic is initiating their offense, that means Jokic finishes with 14 assists and 20 points? I think I'll take that. I think I'll take that.
Crazy. I think you outed me as a dummy because I tried to look up the word tertiary, and I know what you mean now.
Yeah.
You outed me as a dummy. I'm like that. Like that.
Bro, bro,
I didn't even know what that meant, but I looked it up, man.
It's awful. Bro, my real life vocabulary is awful, and I have like a stupid accent that I'll be trying to hide from y'all sometimes. Like legit, it's awful. It's awful, bro.
It ain't stupid, but I can hear it. It's not stupid.
Yeah, bro.
It only bothers you.
Bro, yeah. But What I'll say though is if the Knicks just continue with the status quo, like just continue doing the things that they've been doing well these past 8 weeks or so, then whether we lose to Denver or not, as long as they play, as long as it's about the process of winning, I think wins will come. Right? As long as they do everything that they want to do, I think the Knicks will win a bunch of games. Now, if they get out of what they've been doing to play an emotional game against maybe somebody they don't like, and then they lose, I'll be upset. But if as long as everyone executes, I think I'll be okay with it.
Yeah, I'd be good with that too.
Yeah.
Everybody just have to play their part.
You put your heart. If you put your heart out there, right, and you play the best possible basketball you could play, best defense you could play, offense you could play, and on that day, one or two things. The other team does the same thing, and one or two things don't go your way. Then if your production was fantastic, I'll stand up and applaud you. If you had half-ass production, I won't do that. But if you give it your all, and it's obvious, right? It's a serious, I gave this my all, then I'm not gonna sit there and just say, nah, that ain't good enough. No, that's great. And not only is that great, but you did it on a high level, on a big stage. And what's the thing that I saw in the movie? Oh, and I accept you. That's it. So,
I compare it to, hey, any of you guys ever seen that movie? It's an old mafia movie called The Godfather. Anybody ever seen that movie?
Of course.
You asked the question, it's an old mafia movie called The Godfather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all remember the difference between a young Michael Corleone and a young Sonny? Y'all remember the difference?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what we are. Like if we could stay in that lane like Sonny, right? I mean, stay in the lane like Michael and not like Sonny. I think that's where our sweet spot is. Composure.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you remember, there was also a third brother named Fredo, right?
Fredo, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fredo and Fredo didn't have it. He was never gonna be
who wasn't very happy.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, but he was never gonna be the guy.
And that pissed him off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And so
his impetus was his downfall. Yeah, I know.
Man, y'all saw that movie before, bro?
Of course.
I just saw it
all
for
three
the
of
first
them.
time. I saw it for the first time today. It's ironic. The irony.
Yeah.
You got to commit to it, though. I mean, it's a long ass movie,
Well, I started at like 10 in the morning. I just finished. That's why I got on late.
Yeah.
I just finished.
It's a great movie though. I keep it a stack. Right. But the reason why I mention this is I think the Knicks are in that Michael Corleone mindset where it's like you learn, you know what I'm saying? You learn these things and like you apply what you learn from the family versus what you learned in the world. Right? Because you make the family better by going out into the world, learning some stuff, and then bringing it home. But the old school values and traditions of the family that kept them safe and kept them in their place over the years is what keeps the family going. right? And so you don't really know these things until Michael Corleone is in a restaurant scene with two guys he gotta do the thing to, right?
Yeah.
And he accurate because of something he learned in the military. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like all these little things nuance, like him learning how to speak to his wife. Remember, he didn't, it was his girlfriend for a while. I think he married another person first.
Apollonia.
And then
there you go, my man.
Yeah.
Bro, so let me tell you something. That NBA Cup one, that has to be Apollonia. We gotta be ones to let that thing go.
Yo,
Bro,
you starting to get me. You got it.
Bert, you can see my notes in the screen, right? You can see that reflection over my shoulder. That's it. You see the note, or are we just on the same wave? Are we just on the same wavelength?
I think you're waving.
Yeah, we're on the same wave. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I think those are the things. I think that's where we are. Like we can't be Sonny and we can't be Fredo. We're in the perfect spot. Right? Like all these new things are happening. There was an event in the family in the Godfather, I think, where it's a very underrated theme and scene in the movie. Right? But at the beginning of the movie, for those that haven't seen it, it starts with a family function. Right? The movie starts with a family function, so it puts you immediately in the mindset that family comes first.
Definitely.
Right? Nick Nation in the building, salute. So it puts you immediately in the mindset that family comes first. And even when they were like about to take pictures, my man is like, nah, we're not gonna take a picture till Michael get here. Where's Michael at?
Uh-huh.
The whole family, the family was the key point of the whole thing.
Right. And everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we ain't going nowhere, and you're not going nowhere, and we're not taking this picture until nothing.
Right.
Yeah. We need to
And so-
play Godfather defense and offense.
Yeah. And so this is one of the things that I was getting at. Like, I think The Godfather is a really good movie, right?
Yeah,
And
there's so many in between nuances about that movie that is just so real that I've seen in my own life, my own family. Now, I'm not gonna say, but like just the Italian side of it, just crazy.
Jay Corleone.
Jay Corleone.
Jay Corleone there.
Oh,
Salute to all my Italians. Man.
Salute.
Yeah,
I keep trying to get out, but they keep pulling me back in.
Oh, you talking about Fish? When Fish said that, I was like, yo, y'all know the guy that sold them out at the end?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was he used to be the detective on Barney Miller. Y'all remember that detective show, Barney Miller?
Yeah, I know he was.
Yeah,
and when I
that's
said
Fish.
that to somebody, they were like, "Who? That's Barney Miller," and I said, "Goodbye."
Yeah.
And then I started like later on. I said, how about NYPD Blue?" What?
Yeah.
I said, "Oh man, goodbye." Because
Yeah.
you could go back even further than Barney Miller.
Yeah.
Car 54. You could go to anyway. But I don't want to go too off track here. But fact is,
Yeah.
that was good stuff too. It was good stuff. Hill Street Blues.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, Hill Street Blues.
good one.
Ill Street Blues. You lose.
Hill Street Blues.
Because you got the Ill Street Blues. Yeah, man. One of the things too, though, is I want to bring up. I skipped over it, but I wanted to talk about want to talk about this, right? And listen, man, I understand. I understand how we feel like our wings were probably up and down all year, right? And we understand the toughest thing for a person to do is be consistent every day.
Definitely.
Like being consistent every day is like, because sometimes you're trying to be something and then maybe somebody's trying to pull you in a different direction. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe
Some
things from your
force.
past come back to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, yo, being consistent can be difficult. Not saying it can't be done, but it's hard. And so our wings being consistent this year has been a challenge. Some days we just want to throw Mikal Bridges off of a bridges.
Off of the bridges.
Yeah.
Multiple.
And multiple.
Yeah.
And some games we wanted to just, some games we wish OG would have just stayed out, right?
I was copping OG hat.
Like when OG came back from the foot injury too early and Cade torched him, we were like,
oh yeah.
OG, you could have sat out another game, OG. You didn't have to force yourself back.
Shouldn't even been in that game. Shouldn't have started. Shouldn't have played.
Shouldn't
None
even
of that.
played. Right.
Yo, my man is a love affair. Yeah, it's consistency is key, man. Period. And you're right. It's not an easy gig. Life, sports, but when you get a good rhythm, which is part of consistency, it always usually, gets you clicking, gets you climbing, rising.
Right.
Yeah. I think OG's been playing very good lately, though. I really, really think OG's game is. I'm gonna say something that I think OG may be the most important Nick on the team. And I've only felt that recently because I know what Brunson brings on offense. I know what Cat brings on offense and rebounding. For the most part, the one guy that we needed to defend anywhere from the 2 to sometimes the 5, but usually 2 to the 4.
Yeah.
It's OG. And that OG is not afraid to mix it up. He does it very awkwardly. He does it. He does it silently. He's not a shit talker. He's not. He's not a. He just gets to work, and I respect that.
Yeah, man.
And when he's on for everything.
Yeah.
When his 3 is on, it's on. When his defense is on, it's on. When he wants to dunk, he's dunking. That's it.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. OG accepting defensive challenges now makes me think that like we're gonna need OG in the playoffs. Now, is OG ready to be locked down? Is OG the OG that he was at 25 or 23? I don't know.
I
Right.
mean,
I
right.
don't know if he's still that guy. Injuries may have had something to do with um, where he is, but I think where he makes up, I think he makes for up for it with wisdom, if that makes sense.
Definitely. He's intelligent.
Yeah.
He's a silent leader. He definitely is. To think the path we took to get OG and how some people. I'm looking at this whole team recently, and I've been thinking about everything. Like how we did this for this guy, what we did for this guy, and how we got to where we got to.
Right.
And I I think we all know that 24 is a special year, and I think this year is better.
Okay.
And that is saying a lot because if we don't play the if game, but we all know if we were healthy, Mitch doesn't get hurt, OG doesn't pull up with a lame leg, right?
They get a torn hamstring. Yeah.
Right on a breakaway with 28 points in 3 quarters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, you know, uh, I really believe we win the chip. So to have a third highest offense, and maybe the ninth could be the eighth and ninth defensive OG. You got to give Mitch a lot of credit. You got to give uh, a lot of people. I'm hesitant to give Mikhail. I'm not going to. I'm going to take a firm stand. I'm not giving Mikhail nearly the same accolade that I'm going to give OG. But he does play a major part too because he's part of the team. I'm just saying OG is that guy.
Okay.
No disrespect to Mikhail. It's just a different player, a bigger player. He's about his business.
If we can get Mo Diawara up to speed with defense, because his effort is there, but in the OKC game, there were clear um, um, blown mental reps is the way what I'll describe it as. It wasn't an
Yeah.
effort thing. It wasn't an energy thing. I think there were some moments where he saw something and it wasn't what he actually was seeing. Right? It was like he saw the play action pass but sold out for the run, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it led to a in a game where it's a one possession game, nip and tuck. You can't really give up a first down, so to speak. So yeah, the defense is big blue wrecking crew is what I'll call it.
That's that's okay. We
To
can
to
do
to,
that.
to get Giants fans excited.
Yeah.
Um, it's a shame the Giants didn't give us a fifth round pick for DJ Moore though. They need a receiver to play next to. They got a good young receiver that's out injured, and then they got a bunch of dudes
Yeah. It's always been
like
that way for a while.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Ever
But
since
I'm gonna
like
tell
Amani
you.
Tuma.
Good. Sorry. Good.
Yeah, no, okay. Mario Manningham.
Well, Amani Tuma, then you bring in Plaxico, and it changes things, right? Plaxico
Yes.
became the big guy that you could throw the middle, and he's jumping 7 feet in the air for. I mean that. But look, talking about having things needed to work. David
Yeah.
Tyree needed to catch that thing on his head. Everything needed to work. Eli needed to get out of that pocket that everybody was pulling him on. But
Right. Right.
Amani Tuma needed to. He was the solid old dog. he was a solid OG.
Monty,
then
and Monty Tuma was big too, bro. He just wasn't Plaxico big.
he wasn't Plaxico big, but he was big, definitely. He was
Yeah,
probably like
yeah.
6'3", 6'2",
Yeah, yeah.
and athletic, and members
Hands.
sturdy, steady.
Yeah.
We should talk about
He
it,
reminded me of him and another guy named Eric Moles used to remind me of each other. Like solid professional veteran receivers, never make mistakes. Maybe not elite talent wise, but never make mistakes. Right? Always doing the right thing. That extra yard your running back got is because Amani Tuma blocked somebody downfield.
Right.
And
or
he'll
shoved
never
them
get credit. And
forward.
he'll never get credit for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Right.
I have one more thing I need to say, man, before we get out of here. We talked about Mo Diawara a little bit.
Right.
So chat, check me out. Help is wanted. I am looking for the best Knicks basketball debater on the planet. I'm looking to restart the Lawrence Tears Debate League. If you can talk that talk, if you can defend yourself against everyone in Knicks universe, I will put a strap around your waist. I will have you looking like Terrence Crawford. and not only will I get it, but I'll never touch it. I'll have it custom sent to your house for you to brag to everyone in Knicks universe about how you are the greatest debater in Knicks universe. Right? For those that don't know what I'm talking about, for those that don't remember what it is that I'm talking about, I'm going to show you. Bear with me in a second.
The great debaters.
So I have it. For those that don't remember, this thing is dusty. Let me wipe this thing off before I show y'all. Right? It's faded a little bit because it's old. But Muggsy Bogues called me champ all night because I took this to the Charlotte Hornets game. I will buy this for you custom for you to keep. And yes, that's gold plated. The Lawrence Tears logos. That's what you see right there. The Lawrence Tears logos. Custom belt. That's the drip symbol right there. That's the Lawrence Tears. That's the drip symbol right there. The drip, the teardrop. I will send a brand new Lawrence Tears debate belt to your house custom. Help wanted. Help wanted. So if you are a great debater and you want to represent Lawrence Tears, now here's the thing. Notice I said represent Lawrence Tears. That means not representing Knicks Crush Blue or not representing I love Knicks TV or none of that stuff. If you want to represent Lawrence Tears and debate against anyone in Knicks universe and get this championship belt, help us want it. And it's open, right? It's open to anybody. So if you can debate, if you slick with the words, if you know your stuff, if you can build a fan base, if you know what it's like to rock the crowd, if you know what competition is, you versus someone else, this is for you. And no, I don't have anyone in mind. I don't have any biases. I don't have any of that stuff. The only thing I have is a dream to have the greatest debater in Knicks universe. So if y'all know somebody, let me know. Point them this way. Let them know what the stipulations are. Lawrence Tears only is Lawrence Tears only, and I will send this thing to y'all in a custom color. Right there, we got the winter green. We got the winter camouflage, because at the time, the winter camouflage was a thing. Right, the winter camouflage was a thing at that time. That was the belt from COVID. Right, but the next belt, I will never touch it. It'll come straight to you, delivered to you. If you slick with the words, if you know what you're talking about, if you educated, you know, if you take on all comers, I don't care who they are, whether they're professional or not, take on all comers and be undefeated, I'm going to send that thing to your house. The Lawrence Tears 2026 debate champion. And that belt will be yours forever. I don't ever have to touch it. The only thing I'm going to do is pay for it. Pay for it and get it shipped. So on that, thank you everybody for coming out, hanging out. Man, I appreciate everybody. Sorry about the last few days, man. Been working 12-hour days. And so it's been a dog, right? But that's all I'm going to say. If you can imagine being in your bodega, getting your sausage, egg, and cheese.
Yeah. Put that back up for a minute. I just want to make sure.
Gold plated, bro.
All right.
All right. So this one is old. It's the archetype. It's been through the ringer. It's old. I won't send that one, but I'll get a brand new one for the Lawrence Tears Debate League champion. I'm getting Lawrence. Now remember, it's Lawrence Tears only, right? So just remember, when you step out on this thing, it's Lawrence Tears. It's Lawrence Tears only. It's part of the family. You got to make the commitment, because if you just like doing the thing everywhere, cool. It's all good. Like, no disrespect, none of that.
Yeah.
But Uncle Freezie wants a Lawrence Tears debate champion, and you will be my guy. And you'll get little perks. Like every time you enter the stage, I'm calling you champ. If you're the Lawrence Tears Debate League champ, regardless of what your name was before you got here, every time I call your name, you'll answer to champ. That's your name.
Yes. Oh, I heard champ. Sorry.
All right. So that's one of the things we did. This we first started. We were the first to do it. We're the only ones to do it. That's an Uncle Freezie. That's an Uncle Freezie idea. That's Lawrence Tears idea. So if you're interested, let me know, and we'll get you on that path. But you have to defend yourself against all comers
and stop floating around everywhere.
Yep. So it's got to be Lawrence Tears. So Top Notch T, if you ready, we'll get you on that path. Right? Who else I saw in the chat? Something that's T. I think I scrolled too fast. Anyway, if you interested, let me know. Hit me up. We'll get you on that path. If not, then just be aware that Uncle Freezie is rekindling the Lawrence Tears Debate League. And if you want to be part of it, just hit me up. On that, man, thank you everybody for coming through and hanging out. I'm going to bid everybody adieu. Thank y'all for coming through. Jay the Chosen One, Virtuoso, the chat, everybody. Thank y'all for coming through. Peace, everybody.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the